Hey, John, coming at you with a little bit of feedback here. Overall, I really like what you're doing here. There's some cool stuff. I love the logo. I love this thick, chunky drop shadow thing that you're doing. And so I just have a couple of, ideas for you. One, I've noticed a couple of little things that are, they're actually not happening after refreshing. Okay, yeah, here we go. Some of your words are like smushing together. I'm not sure what's causing that. Must be the markup. Somehow you've got, I don't know how you're creating this markup, whether it's like a WYSIWYG or something, but it's collapsing and your block level elements or your inline block elements are boom, smushing into each other. So I'd see if I can fix that. That's just one thing. Next, I think this intro paragraph or intro content is a little bit soft. I think you could probably punch that up and just give it a little bit more personality. I think we know you're John because your name's here. Welcome. I don't really think like saying welcome to my site means a whole lot. So you could kill this first line. Here I will share anything worth sharing. My thoughts also at Twitter. So I think this, just make your thoughts worth sharing. And they will be shared. I don't think you need to mention that either. So I think this line is the one that you want to focus on. And if you want to focus on that, I would just vamp on this. Try some different combinations. I've studied computer science and visual communication, so I write code. So I love writing code and designing stuff. Stuff is a very soft word. What is it that you design? Is it websites? Is it interiors? Is it skyscrapers? I mean, I think we know it's web stuff, but I would just play with this and just try and add some more of your personality into this line. The next thing is this hover. Well, two things on these cards. The hover state shifts the contents quite a bit when you hover, and if you set there's like a 1 pixel black border. If you set a 2 pixel black border on this, when you add that thick hover state, it will stop shifting the content. So make that 2. I think that still looks fine. And when you hover, it doesn't push your content around. Also, because you're using squared, like non-rounded edges everywhere else, I think you could probably it would look better if you killed the border radius here. That kind of like matches the rest of the site quite well. I would also, if I were you, I'd maybe add a second font, something a little bit different that you can use elsewhere for either like a smaller font for little detailed text, because you're kind of doing this like big and small thing like here and here. So maybe something like a BBS new or something maybe mono-spaced, and then you can use that for all your little details like buttons and little labels, and or you can go the other way and do like a big chunky headline display font and use that in your content. So just something to try out. Next, I would probably make this text input white background and use an inset drop shadow instead of an inset box shadow instead of a drop shadow style. So you basically don't have this white background here. I like what you're doing, like this little like overlay element. If you wanted to make it white, maybe put a border around this as well. That could look cool. And then the last thing really is you've got your content runs full width. We have like 1200 pixels wide of text, which makes this pretty hard to read. So I would recommend scrunching. I'm using my hands. You can't see my hands. Scrunch it up to 860 or 900 pixels wide, and run that down the center, and just give your content some more breathing space. That would be a lot easier for people to scan, because this is like, it's hard to spot the image and then this little bit of text, giant image, a little bit of text, code snippet. It doesn't flow very well. But that's a small fix. I think you're most of the way there. And if you want to show me again, feel free to do it. I like that you have dark mode. That's pretty cool. People love that stuff these days. So yeah, keep it up, man.